student. Good morning, students. We will continue the topic ionic equilibrium, dissociation constant of weak base. Yesterday we discussed dissociation constant of weak acid. Okay. So now it is dissociation constant of weak base and pH and POH. Okay. So we will discuss about this. So now dissociation constant of weak base. Okay, weak base. Dissociation constant of weak base or weak electrolyte weak electrolyte. Okay, so let BOH is a weak base. Am I right? It is a weak base. So now it dissociated as B plus OH minus. B plus OH minus. Am I right? This is the dissociation. So it gives OH minus. Am I right? So but due to weak nature, it doesn't undergo complete ionization. Not complete ionization. Remember this. It is a weak base. Okay. It is a weak base. Remember this. Okay. So now initial moles at T is equals 0 seconds. That means we have just only reactant only. There is no ionization. Initially T is equals 0 seconds means only we have reactant only. There is no product. Okay. The reaction is going to be start. So now at T is equals 0, initial moles 1 mole. 1 mole. How many moles we have? 1 mole. So what is the coefficient here? 1. What is the coefficient here? 1. What is the coefficient? 1. Remember this. Now initial moles at T is equals 0 seconds means how many moles? I would like to take 1 mole. 1 mole. Okay. Now is there any product at T is equals 0 second? No product. That means no moles. No moles. Initial moles. Remember this. Okay. Now alpha is the degree of dissociation. That means how many molecules are undergoes dissociation? It is a weak base. Am I right? Suppose alpha is the degree of dissociation means now 1 minus alpha. That means how many molecules are converted as product? Alpha. So now how many molecules are decreases? Degree of dissociation means the number of molecules are decreases from the reactant side and increasing in the product side. Am I right? So remember this. Okay. So now alpha molecules are undergoes dissociation. That means how many moles are formed here? 1 into alpha. Remember this. Suppose here it is 2 into alpha. Suppose it is 3 into alpha. Remember this point, very important for the calculation purpose. Okay. Suppose it is 1, then alpha. Suppose it is 2 alpha. Suppose this is 3 alpha. Remember this. But how many molecules are decreases? Suppose here alpha. Here it is alpha. Okay. Here it is increasing in alpha. But how many moles here? 1 into alpha. Suppose here it is 2 into alpha. Remember this. Don't forget that. Multiply with coefficient. Okay. So now here it is 1. So alpha. 1 into alpha. Is it clear? Now number of moles at equilibrium. Moles or equilibrium time. How many moles are formed at product side? How many moles of OH minus alpha? These are equilibrium moles. Remember this. Equilibrium moles. Now here alpha moles are increases. That means how many moles are decreases here? That is alpha moles are decreases. Then remaining moles out of 1. So now 1 minus mole. Alpha molecules are converted as product. Now how many remaining moles at equilibrium? 1 minus alpha. Remaining moles of BOH at equilibrium is 1 minus alpha. Here how many moles are increases at product side? Alpha into alpha. Suppose here it is 2, multiply with 2. Here it is 2. That means 1 mole of BOH gives 1 mole B plus and 1 mole OH minus. Suppose 1 mole BOH gives 2 B plus, 2 OH minus, then it is 2 alpha, 2 alpha. Remember this. Is it clear, ma? Here 1 mole of BH gives 1 mole B plus and 1 mole OH minus. Am I right? Is it clear? Suppose 1 mole BOH gives 2 B plus, 2 OH minus, then this value become 2 alpha, 2 OH, 2 alpha here also. Okay, remember this. Here it is 1, so it is alpha. Okay, now how many molecules are decreases at left hand side? Alpha. Okay, alpha molecules are undergoes. Now total remaining moles at equilibrium 1 minus alpha. Total moles alpha decreases 1 minus alpha. So suppose it is 100, 10 molecules are undergoes. Then what happened? Remaining moles 100 minus 10. Am I right? 100 minus 10. Now these are the equilibrium moles. Remember this word. Moles, equilibrium moles. Am I right? Is it clear, ma? Now, given volume of the container, let volume of the container is taken as V. Volume of the container taken as V. We have. So what is the relation between concentration and number of moles volume? Concentration C is equals to N by V. Am I right? Number of moles per unit volume. So if number of moles upon V, then we get concentration terms. Now here we have number of moles at equilibrium, and also we know the volume of the container. Now divide with volume, then we get concentration terms. Okay. Now at equilibrium concentrations are 1 minus alpha divides with V, and alpha upon V, and also alpha upon V. Am I right? Now these are the equilibrium concentrations are molar concentrations of these terms. So now what is the molar concentration of? Am I right? Now this one is molar concentration, and what about this one? These are the molar concentrations or active masses of these terms, okay, at equilibrium. So now write the Kb expression. Now it is a base, Now what is the base dissociation constant? Dissociation constant of a weak base means for acid we taken as Ka. Now here it is Kb, am I right? Kb. Now what is the expression for Kb? Kb is nothing but of equilibrium constant. Remember that point. Like Kc, okay? Now Kb is equals to molar concentration of products. Molar concentration represents with square bracket. What is the first one? B plus, and what is the coefficient here? 1. No need to mention here 1. Suppose it is 2, you must to mention 2 here as power. And molar concentration of OH minus by molar concentration of BOH. Am I right? This is the Kb. This is the Kb. Now it is also considered as K equilibrium constant also. Am I right? Equilibrium, both are constant. Am I right? Both are constant. So when Kb change with respect to temperature only. Otherwise it is constant. Remember this point. Otherwise it is constant. Very, very important point. Kb value is almost constant, but when it is changed, that means if can increase or decrease the temperature, then Kb value changed. Okay. So Kb value depends on temperature. Okay. Remember this point. And now Kb is equals now molar concentration of B plus. These are the equilibrium concentrations. Now what about B plus? B plus alpha into V. Am I right? Alpha by V into what about OH minus concentration? That is also alpha by V divides with what about BOH at equilibrium? 1 minus alpha. These are the molar concentrations. Remember this. Okay. This is the expression. So from this one, Kb is equals cancel this one and this one, and finally alpha square by 1 minus alpha into V. Am I right? Is it clear? KB. So for weak base, for weak base 1 minus alpha is taken as 1. 1 minus alpha is taken as 1. Remember this point. So now KB is equals to alpha square by V. Am I right? Alpha square by V. Is it clear? Everyone? Now, but C is equals to N by V. Am I right? Now what are the initial moles here? 1 mole. That means N is equals to 1 or not? N is equals to 1. So C is equals to 1 by V or not? So here, what about this? So 1 by V means it is C or not? Now KB equals to how much, ma? KB equals C alpha square. Okay, from this one, alpha square equals to how much? KB by C or not? From this one, alpha equals to how much? Square root of KB by C or not? From this one, alpha equals to how much? Alpha equals square root of KB by C. Am I right? Alpha equals to how much? Square root of KB by C or not? So very important relations it is. This is the relation between degree of dissociation for weak base and its dissociation constant. Okay, is it clear? Alpha equals square root of KB by C. Is it clear, all of you? So remember this. Here we can also write as this expression as KB is equals to alpha square 1 minus alpha 1 by V means C or not? Since 1 by V is equals to C. Now KB equals C alpha square by 1 minus alpha for any acid or base. It may be stronger, weak base. Okay, but in the particularly weak base, what happened here? 1 minus alpha becomes to 1 for weak base. It may be strong base or weak base, suppose. Now for weak base, 1 minus alpha becomes 1 nearly. Now give this value alpha equals square root of KB by C. This relation is very important. Remember this. Very important. Okay. Alpha equals square root of KB by C. Is it clear? Are you following or not? Is it clear? Yesterday we discussed alpha equals square root of Ka by C. Now it is alpha equals square root of Kb by C for base, weak base. Finally, we have two relations. Kb equals C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Am I right? So from this one, 1 minus alpha, Kb is equals C alpha square. Since 1 minus alpha is approximately 1, that means from this one, alpha equals square root of Kb by C. Am I right? Now this is the relation between degree of dissociation of a weak base and its dissociation constant Kb, where C means concentration of given solution. Given solution. Am I right? For weak base, alpha is less than 0.05. In the percentage of alpha means 5%. Multiply with 100, we get 5%. Okay. So the condition is weak. Weak condition. Remember this. Okay. Is it clear, all of you? Alpha value very less than, that means 0.05, then it is clearly weak base or weak acid. Remember this point. Percentage of alpha means degree of dissociation. Alpha means degree of dissociation. Already we discussed about this. Percentage of alpha means multiply with 100, it converted as percentage, 5%. 0.05 taken as percent means 5%. Okay, is it clear, all of you? So the formulas are very important. Okay, and finally alpha maximum is 1. What is the maximum value of alpha? 1. That means how much percent? Multiply with 100, that is 100%. If you take 100 molecules, 100 molecules are undergoes dissociation. Now 100 by 100 means how much? 1. If you take 100 molecules undergoes dissociation. Then what is alpha? 100 by 100. Okay? Number of molecules ionized by total molecules. Now 100 molecules are completely ionized, then total molecules 100. 100 by 100 how much? 1. In the form of percentage how much? 100%. Then it is strong in nature. Okay? So alpha maximum is 1. Remember this, very important. Is it clear, everyone? And my question is here. What is the value of alpha at infinite dilution. So if more quantity of water is added, then what is the alpha value? Alpha maximum at infinity dilution. So what is the maximum of alpha? Generally 1, At infinity dilution, that means more quantity of water is adding. Then what is the alpha value? Is it, my option is here. The first option is, it may be infinity, and it may be 1, and it may be 0, and it may be all. At infinity dilution, even we added more quantity of water, then what is alpha value? Is it infinity or 1, 0? Even at infinity, the alpha maximum is 1. That means if you take 100 molecules, 100 molecules undergoes ionization, even at infinity dilution, then alpha equals 100 by 100, how much? 1 only. Is there any change? No change. So even at infinity dilution, alpha maximum approach is 1 only. Remember that. If it is less than alpha, less than 1, then it called as termed as weak in nature. That means 0.05, 0.06, 0.04, like that. It converted as weak. Okay. So weak acid or weak base. So now what is the maximum alpha? So alpha equals to 1 for strong acid and base. Remember this. Alpha already we discussed it. Okay. Alpha equals to 1 for strong acid and strong bases. Why? Because they are completely ionized. Okay. So even at infinity dilution, Okay, this is the concept in worst wall dilution, you know. If dilution is increases, alpha value is increases, concentration is decreases. Am I right? So finally what we conclude here, that alpha is increases, that is degree of dissociation, and also we call degree of utilization also. When concentration is decreases, V is increases, that is dilution. V increase means dilution is increases. Okay, this phenomena is called as worst wall dilution for weak base. Is it clear, ma? All of you? Can I rub this? So finally I would like to recall once again. So finally the statement for weak acid, Ka is equals to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha, am I right? And generally, where 1 minus alpha is equivalent to 1 for weak acid, am I right? Therefore, Ka is equals C alpha square. From this one, alpha equals square root of Ka by C, am I right? Ka by C. Okay, so alpha is equals square root of Ka into 1 by C, am I right? 1 by square root C, am I right? This is constant or not? Alpha is equals constant into 1 by root C, am I right? 1 by root C. Is it clear, ma, all of you? Now alpha, remove this constant. Now alpha is inversely proportional to square root of C or not? Inversely proportional relation. Am I right? That means alpha is increases, C is decreases. Is it clear? Now tell me, from this one, alpha is 1 by square root of C, am I right? But C is equals to N by V, where N is equals to 1, then C is equals to 1 by V, am I right? From this one, alpha is directly proportional to 1 by square root of V, am I right? It is undergoes reciprocal, then alpha is directly proportional to square root of V, am I right? That means alpha increases and V also increases. V also directly proportional relation. V means volume. So finally what we conclude here, degree of dissociation, alpha is increases, then C is decreases, dilution is increases, and volume is also increases. This condition is for weak acid. These formula are very, very important. Directly we have bits. Where alpha is less than 0.05 and percentage of alpha is much less than 5%. Is it clear, ma? Everyone? Next, come to for weak base. For weak base, it is Kb is equals to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha, where C is concentration, am I right? This formula is very, very important. Okay, from this one, for weak base 1 minus alpha equivalent to 1. Kb is equals to C alpha square, am I right? This means alpha square equals to how much? Square root of kb by c. Am I right? This one is alpha equals to how much? Square root of kb by c, where kb means dissociation constant for weak base. K is constant. So this one very important formula we have. Is it clear, all of you? Okay. And what is the relation? Alpha is inversely proportional to 1 by square root of c. Am I right? That means alpha is increases, concentration is decreases. Am I right? Is it clear? And what is the relation? Alpha is directly proportional to square root of v. Am I right? That means alpha is increases, v increases, dilution also. When volume is increases, dilution is increases. Am I right? This is a statement regarding to Ostwald dilution of weak acid and weak base and relation between their equilibrium constants and degree of dissociation and concentrations. Is it clear, ma? So where alpha is also very less than 0.05, then it is weak condition, percentage of alpha is less than 5%. This is about Ostwald dilution. Let's see some example or problems regarding this concept. Molar concentration of HCN solution is 0.1 molar. How much, man? 0.1 molar. And its dissociation constant Ka is equals to 4.9 into 10 power minus 10, then what is the degree of dissociation for given HCN solution? That means alpha how much? You asked in the question. Alpha, degree of dissociation means alpha. Okay. So let's see the solution. Very important for JEE and NEET and MSET also. Every year we expect one bit from this chapter in JEE and NEET also, especially KA KB related problems. Okay. This is the problems. Very useful to you. And what he given? Ka given. That means it is related to acid dissociation constant. That means HCN is a acid. Okay, remember this. Given Ka is 4.9 into 10 power minus 10. Am I right? Clearly, is there any doubt? Clearly he given in the problem. Am I right? Now what about concentration of solution? Concentration of a solution C is how much? 0.1 molar. Remember this. That is represents concentration in molarity. Okay. Now what about alpha? That is degree of dissociation. We know the relation alpha is equals square root of Ka by C. Am I right? Ka by C. alpha is equals, so what is Ka here? 4.9 into 10 power minus 10, am I right? By what is the value of sigma here? Clearly 0.1, you know very well. Okay. Now alpha is equals 49 into 10 power minus 11, can I write? 4.9 write as 49 into 10 power minus 1. 10 power minus 1 into 10 power minus 10, 10 power minus 11. Okay. By, it can write as 10 power minus 1, 0.1 means 1 into 10 power minus 1. That write as 10 power minus 1 or not? 10 power minus 1. Therefore, alpha equals 49 square root of 49 into 10 power minus 11 10 power 1, am I right? Then alpha is equals square root of 49 into 10 power minus 10, am I right? A power m into a power m plus 1. When bases are equal, power should be added. So 10 power minus 11 plus 1, 10 power minus 10. Is it clear, all of you? So can I write like this expression? Square root of 49 into square root of 10 power minus 10, am I right? Now what about this one? Root 49 means 7 ma. Is it clear, all of you? Now this one can I write as 10 power minus 10 whole power 1 by 2. Square root means can I write of? So now alpha equals to how much ma? 7 into 10 power minus 10 by 2 clearly. That is equals 7 into 10 power minus 5, am I right? Therefore degree of dissociation alpha equals 7 into 10 power minus 5 ma. Clearly. That means how much it is? Alpha equals 0.0005, am I right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clear. Okay. Alpha is less than, very less than 0.05, am I right? Am I right? So this represents, what it represents, this is the answer actually, what it represents, and this one both are correct, degree of dissociation. What it represents, can anybody guess? HCN is a weak acid in this condition, am I right? Here, finally what we noticed here, HCN at 0.1 molar concentration is a weak acid. Is it clear, all of you? Is there any doubt? Such kind of problems we have in JEE Mains and NEET, MSET, KSET. Okay, is it clear, ma? Directly bits in JEE Mains and NEET. So many times he asked. Okay, can I rough this? Is it clear? Simple. Now in the same problem, I would like to give you this expression as 6.2 into 10 power minus 10. 6.2 into 10 power minus 10. Now clearly, what is the relation? Ka is equals 6.2 into 10 power minus 10. Am I right? Second problem. And what about concentration? 0.1 molar. That can write as 1 into 10 power minus 1. That is equals 10 power minus 1 molar. Am I right? Is it clear? Now, what is the relation? Alpha equals square root of Ka by C. Am I right? Now, alpha equals to how much? Square root of, what is the value of Ka? 6.2 into 10 power minus 10, am I right? What is the value of C? 10 power minus 1, am I right? Now alpha equals to how much? 6.2 into 10 power minus 10 into 10 power 1, and alpha equals to how much finally? 6.2 into 10 power minus 9. Alpha equals to how much? 62 into 10 power 10, am I right? 10 power 10. 10 power 10. So alpha equals square root of 62 into 10 power, it's clearly minus 10. Okay, 10 power minus 10, am I right? Then alpha equals square root of 62 okay, just to see for the simplification purpose, it is 6.2. Directly we have root 62. It is difficult to actually, am I right? So root 62 is difficult to calculate, am I right? So for that purpose, alpha is equals to, I would like to write 6.2 as 6.25, am I right? Into 10 power minus 9. Is it clear? Okay, is it clear? Now that means 6.2 is nearly 6.25, am I right? I can write as 6.2 nearly 6.25. It's really 6.2 again. Okay, there is no change. Small changes are happened. Now alpha equals how much, ma? Alpha equals now 6. The small change here, it is taken as 1. Okay, suppose here it is 1. What happened? 1, that is 6.2, 10 power minus 10, 10 power minus 10 power minus 9, 6.25 into 10 power minus 9. 6. Approximately 6.25. Okay. Next, see 6.25 into square root of 10 power minus 9. 10 power minus 9 clearly. And what about this one? 6.25 means 2.5 directly. Why? Because 25 into 25 root how much? 625, am I right? So it is clearly 25 root 625. And here what about 6.25 means 2.5 clearly into 10 power minus 9 root. Here clearly 2.5 into 10 power minus by 2. Am I right? Is it clear, all of you? So such kind of problems we have in the problems. Once I can see Ka is equal 6.2 into 10 power minus 10 clearly, where C is equals 0.1 molar given already. It can write as 1 into 10 power minus 1, clearly 10 power minus 1 molar. Then alpha equals square root of Ka by C, that alpha equals 6.2 into 10 power minus 10 by 10 power minus 1. Okay, it's clear. So that is the expression. So now 10 power minus 10, 10 power 1, here clearly 10 power minus 1, it can write as 6.25 into 10 power minus 9, where 6.2 is equivalent to 6.25 nearly. Then we have root for this one clearly, that is 6.25 as 2.5, that relation. If it is 25 into 25, 625, square root of 625 means 25 clearly. So now alpha equals to how much? 2.5 into 10 power minus 9. Is it clear? So next problem in this. Suppose the concentration is given 1 molar, suppose here 1 molar Now I would like to calculate what happened. Now Ka alpha equals to how much, ma? Alpha equals square root of Ka by C, am I right? Now where C is equals to 1 molar and Ka equals to how much? 6.2 into 10 power minus 10, 10 power minus 10, 10 power minus 10, is it clear? And next, alpha equals to how much? 6.2 into 10 power minus 10, am I right? And what is the value of C? 1. Therefore alpha equals to how much? 6.25. You can write as 6.25 or not? Into 10 power minus 10, am I right? Now alpha equals to how much? 6.25 into square root of 10 power minus 10, am I right? Now what is the value of 6.25? Directly we have 2.5. So what about this one? 10 power minus 10 of, am I right? So that is alpha equals to how much? 2.5 into, cancel this one, 10 power minus 5, am I right? 2.5 into 10 power minus 5, am I right? So this is the value of alpha in the above expression. Is it clear, ma? That is the answer. If it is 1 molar. Can I rough this one? Are you following or not? Very, very important problems we have. Okay, in JEE mains. Alpha is maximum at even infinity dilution also. Remember that. Is it clear? All of you? Okay, next see. Addition of acid or base to the water then what is the effect of Kw, that is ionic product of water. Kw means ionic product of water. This is the question. At constant temperature. At constant temperature. At constant temperature. That is the question. Addition of acid or base to the water, then what is the effect of Kw at constant temperature? Kw means ionic product of water. So you know very well what is the relation. Kw is equals to molar concentration of H plus and molar concentration of OH minus, am I right? So at 25 degrees Celsius, what is the value of Kw? Clearly 1 into 10 power minus 14 mole square, am I right? Mole per liter whole square. Where Kw is the ionic product of water, am I right? Ionic product of water, am I right? It is a constant, you know. It is also like equilibrium constant, am I right? Now what is the question, given question means, now these are the concentrations, you know. Okay, suppose it is a beaker at 25 degrees Celsius. What is the molar concentration of HCl in water? 10 power minus 7 molar, am I right? And for OH minus also how much? We already discussed about this, 10 power minus 7 m only. At 24 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. Now keep these values here, what we get? 10 power minus 14 or not? Clearly 10 power minus 14 in this expression. H plus and OH minus value keep here. In this expression we get Kw value. Now suppose in this beaker we have H plus and OH minus ion concentrations, am I right? Now what is the concentration of 10 power minus 7 H plus? For this one also 10 power minus 7 at 25 degrees Celsius. Now in this beaker temperature is constant. T is constant, am I right? There is no change in the temperature. No change in the temperature. Okay. Now we add this water. This is the water, you know, H plus OH minus are present. Add some HCl. Suppose acid. HCl means addition of H plus or not. What are the ions present in HCl? H plus or means acid means it can able to donate H plus or not. So now that means addition of HCl or acid means we add number of H plus into the solution. Am I right? Into the solution. Okay. Addition of base means we add number of OH minus. Am I right? Now is there any effect on Kw in this beaker? Is there any effect of Kw at constant temperature? So we already mentioned Kw or Ka or Kb or Kc change only with respect to temperature only. Otherwise it is constant. Even we add acid or base. Okay. So that means, is there any change in Kw at constant temperature? There is no change in the temperature. No change in the temperature. Temperature is a constant or not constant? So there is no increase or decrease in the temperature. So there is no change in the Kw value. So answer is no change in Kw, because reason T is constant. Temperature is constant. That is the answer. Temperature is the constant. Is it clear, all of you? Temperature is the constant. So if we can increase or decrease the temperature, then Kw value is also changed. Okay? Is it clear? Let's see one more question. Simply concept it is dissociation of water as H plus and OH minus, am I right? Now water undergoes dissociation. That means we offer some heat energy or not? Heat energy, where Q is heat energy. When we offer some heat energy, it is easily undergoes ionization as H plus and OH minus, am I right? That means the reaction under heating or not, the reaction delta symbol means it is undergoes heating. So we offer heat energy. When heat energy is increases, temperature is also increases or not? That means temperature is increases means amount of Q is also increases or not? Here we applied energy to the system or not? Am I right? So we apply energy to the system at reactants, and now this is the reactant and this is product. Am I right? Okay. Remember this. In this expression, these are the reactants. These are the product. Am I right? Reactants and product. So in the reactant side, temperature is high. That means system absorb the heat energy, am I right? Heat energy. Absorb the heat energy. Is it clear? If any system absorb the heat energy, that is called that is called endothermic reaction. Is it clear, ma? Just a minute. Just a minute. Is it clear, students? Here water undergoes ionization, am I right? Clearly? Are you following or not? It needs some heat energy to undergo ionization, am I right? So here we offered some heat energy Q, that means the reaction at heating condition. Is it clear? Now if we offer heat energy, then we call it is endothermic. We call it is endothermic reaction. Already we discussed it. Endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. For endothermic reaction, change in enthalpy. Enthalpy means nothing but of total heat changes in a reaction. Change in is it how much quantity of energy is absorbed or released. That denotes with change in enthalpy is delta H is positive. That means delta H is greater than 0 for endothermic reaction. For exothermic reactions means amount of heat energy is released in the reaction, that is delta H is negative, we call it is exothermic. After the reaction, heat energy is released at product side, okay, then we call it is exothermic reaction. So here we offered heat energy to the system, it undergoes ionization, that means it is endothermic reaction, okay. Now delta H value here 57.3 kilojoule per mole. Remember this, very, very important value. It is experimental value 57.3 or 13.7 kilocalories per mole. These two values are very, very experimental values. Okay, we call it is neutralization also. What is the name of the reaction? Neutralization. Suppose water in water. Water act as acid, and also water act as a base, So acid base undergoes reaction. What does that mean? It is undergoes neutralization. Now neutralization reaction, in this reaction how much? 57.3. We call it is heat of neutralization is also. Heat of neutralization. For the neutralization of water, what are the energies we offered here? For delta H value 57.3. It is plus, remember this, okay? 57.3. Heat of neutralization. Heat of neutralization, that is change in enthalpy, is 57.3 in case of water. Okay? Remember this. So it's clearly endothermic reaction. Is it okay, ma'am? All of you? Remember this value. The next topic, very, very important. Okay, very interesting also. Listen carefully. I think you are following or not. So practice the bits which one we gave daily. Okay. Now I will continue the topic. So very, very important. You know already about that ionic product of water. In case of pure water, pure water means it is a neutral. Remember this, pure water is a neutral. without ions. Pure water means it is a neutral. That means number of H plus equals number of OH minus. Remember this. Now, you know very well about H2O. It undergoes as H plus and OH minus, am I right? Now, at 25 degrees Celsius, what is the ionic product of water? Kw is equals molar concentration of H plus, molar concentration of OH minus, and molar concentration of H2O. Am I right? It is a pure liquid. It is a liquid, pure liquid. These are the ions. These are the ions. For pure liquids, molar concentration of H2O is taken as 1 constant. And for pure solid also molar concentration 1. In case of liquids in vapors or gases, their concentration are taken as usual. Okay, but for pure liquids molar concentration is 1, already we discussed. So finally Kw is equals molar concentration of H plus and OH minus, am I right? Now at 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin, okay, molar concentration of H plus is equals to molar concentration of OH minus in a neutral solution. Here it is a pure water, that means neutral. In neutral solution means number of H plus equals number of OH minus, then only it is neutral. Neutral means number of H plus equals number of OH minus 1. H plus means acid, OH minus base. When it is undergoes neutralization means 0, nothing but. So number of H plus equals number of OH minus here. Both are equal, then it condition is called as neutral. Okay. So at 25 degrees Celsius in pure water means it is neutral. That means number of moles of H plus equals number of moles of OH minus, and at neutral condition, at neutral molar concentration of H plus is taken as 10 power minus 7 molar, remember this, and molar concentration of OH minus is also 10 power minus 7. Why? Because both are equal or not? Both are equal. Okay, and remember this, what is the another unit for M? And also mole for liter, remember this, or mole for very very important units. Okay, so now calculate what about value of Kw. Now Kw is equals to how much ma? Molar concentration of H plus, molar concentration of OH minus. Now that is 10 power minus 7 into 10 power minus 7. How much it is clearly? 10 power minus 14. It can also write as 1 into 10 power minus 14 units m square or mole for liter whole square. Am I right? So what is the value of Kw finally? Value of Kw is equals, that is 10 power minus 14 into 1 mole for liter whole square. Am I right? Mole for liter whole square, Kw value. So why Kw value is 10 power minus 14? At neutral condition, number of moles of molar concentration of H plus equals to molar concentration of OH minus. Neutral means, what is the mean by neutral? Concentrations are equal. Molar concentration of H plus equals molar concentration of OH minus. So here it is 10 power minus 7. OH minus equals 10 power minus 7. Is it clear? Everyone? Everyone? So let's see an interesting point here. The relation between H plus, OH minus and Kw. So what we know here, molar concentration of H plus, molar concentration of OH minus equals to Kw at 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. Am I right? Is it clear? So at neutral condition, at neutral, molar concentration of H plus equals to molar concentration of OH minus. Am I right? Am I right? We just discussed here. Am I right? That means this is equation 1, suppose. Now in this equation, H plus, what is the value of OH minus? OH minus equals to H plus or not? H plus. Now instead of OH minus, we need to keep H plus or not? There is a chance or not? H plus OH minus equals KW clearly. At neutral condition both are equal. Now in this expression, molar concentration of H plus as usual. Now what about molar concentration of OH minus? There is a chance to write H plus concentration by both are equal. So now write OH instead of OH minus, write H plus by both are equal. Now what about KW? KW. H plus in H plus whole square into KW. Now what is molar concentration of H plus? Square root of KW. Am I right? Very, very important. Direct problems we have. Is it clear, ma? Let's see same condition here. Molar concentration of H plus, molar concentration of OH minus is equals to KW. And here, for this one we can also write as OH minus or not? OH minus. So now OH minus into OH minus is equals to KW. So that means OH minus ion concentration is equals to KW, am I right? From this one OH minus equals square root of KW or not? KW or not? This one is very, very important. Am I right? So finally what we conclude here? Molar concentration of H plus is equals to molar concentration of OH equals square root of KW or not? KW or not? So from this one molar concentration of H plus is equals to molar concentration of OH minus is equals to square root of, at 25 degrees Celsius, what is the value of KW? At 25 degrees Celsius, the value of KW equals to how much? 10 power minus 14 or not? 10 power minus 14. 10 power minus 14. Am I right? Now it can write as 10 power minus 14 whole power 1 by 2. Am I right? Now what is the value? 10 power minus 7 units are M. Am I right? So now why molar concentration of H plus OH minus are 10 power minus 7? Now we have an idea about this. So KW value is 10 power minus 14. Then the value of H plus OH minus becomes 10 power minus 7. That means both are equal or not? So molar concentration of H plus how much? 10 power minus 7 molar. Molar concentration of OH minus is also 10 power minus 7 molar. Clear? So now why both are equal? This is the relation. At neutral condition, molar concentration of H plus equals to molar concentration of OH minus, that equals square root of KW. Okay. Now we know already what is the value of KW. That is 10 power minus 14. Keep that value here. So now 10 power minus 14 square root means how much we get? 10 power minus 7. So finally both concentration are equal or not? 10 power minus 7, 10 power minus 7. So that is the reason why molar concentration of H plus OH minus is 10 power minus 7. Is it clear, ma'am? All of you? We just remember these two formulas. Very useful in calculation purpose. Okay students, after the lesson once again practice and try to make the notes, okay, and practice the bits in your material. Okay, have a nice day. We will continue the topic on tomorrow. Okay.